Well, it's good to be here, and since I am the youngest speaker in this panel, I'll talk a little bit history, with your permission. And another thing is that the difference between these two fellows who are scholars, I am just a practitioner, so I may be good in insights and not so much in details. I want to start with the zakat issue. The zakat is one of the 5 main duties of each Muslim. Now, and it is a sacred duty. Now, just calculate 1.5 billion Muslims around the world. Each one is paying his zakat. It's big money, but thanks God, the Shiites or the extreme groups represents only a very fringe and small minority in the Muslim world. Now, Islam is a religion that money as a religious duty finance the religious society. The mosque, which exists in every city, every settlement, every village, he represents the treasury of Islam. In other words, when the believer pays his monthly or whatever duty with zakat, he pays it to the preacher in the mosque, and this guy transfers it directly to the bad guys, to the terrorists and the radical organizations. I remember as a young intelligence officer following in Europe the activities of Palestinian students, and their main activities then in the 60s was to collect money by way of selling stamps or doing events where they used to sell the kafiyas and other Arab or Muslim souvenirs. But that's what the era of naivete in the history of the Palestinians and the terrorists in large. Further on, they started to collect money through non-profit organizations, and later on again they recruit rich sponsors in the Arab world, where the motivation of the donors were partly religious, partly political manipulations, partly buying security and quiet, and partly extortion. Again, further on, they introduced the business of ransom money from business and industrial conglomerates, and also from states. Bin Laden is a unique example of a terrorist who brought with him all the money he needed in order to build up and to expand his activities. because he came from a very wealthy family in Saudi Arabia. Saddam Hussein, one of the main reasons of his invasion of Kuwait was because he needed money to finance his non-conventional projects. Happened to be that he didn't have enough in order to finance these projects of chemical weapons, biological weapons, nuclear and surface-to-surface missiles. Then we had the states who finance terrorism. The number one example, of course, nowadays is Iran, which finances the Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, the Houthis in Yemen. Saudi Arabia, which you may say that it's a combination of a state and a family affair, was and still is a very major financing machine, which chooses which groups to finance, when, where, and why. Qatar is the same. ISIS is a entirely new and unique phenomenon in the world of radical terrorism in Islam. And its uniqueness stems from the fact that they've decided to start to build the Muslim Caliphate as of now. Because as compared to ISIS, Al-Qaeda, they haven't yet decided to start and build the caliphate. Because in order to start and build the caliphate, you have to control territory. And Al-Qaeda prefer to remain a virtual entity, which gave it the sustainability and to stay alive for a very long time now. The present financing of Daesh, we have heard a very detailed and excellent presentation, and I won't get into it, and I won't take more of your time. But what they have to finance mostly is their operations, their military operations, in order to gain more territory, which makes them according to my analysis, makes them weaker. Because based on the sources of financing and income that they have at the present time, all along, and in a historical perspective, to the best of my analysis, I dare say that they don't stand a chance to survive. Now, statistically, they are a minority, a fringe minority in the Arab Muslim, in the Muslim Arab. They represent only one value, which is destruction. There is no one thing in what they are doing that you may define as constructive. They have patches of territory. The biggest one is today the combination of Iraqi territory with the Syrian territory, but how can they control Libya and the Boko Haram in Nigeria and other territories that pledged to become part of the Muslim Caliphate? The family of states, countries, not going to accept them, not going to recognize them. So internationally, they don't stand a chance to bring to any kind of a fruition the idea of sovereign Muslim territory. They are even less as compared to North Korea as a state in terms of its international standing. And down the road, their financial resources are going to dwindle, are going to decline all the time. What is needed to do in order to help them to vanish is to cut the income of oil and energy and to block and cut their military capabilities, because every truck somewhere along the road has got a puncture, and they don't have the maintenance and the spare parts in order to change the puncture, and the only one thing that they can do, they park the car side of the road. Now multiply this equation with all the capability of theirs. So in other words, if the coalition, the Western coalition, whichever its composition, takes care of the infrastructure of oil in the territories under their control and block the way for replenishing and spare parts to their military capability, to the best of my understanding, this would serve best the purpose of eradicating this phenomenon from planet Earth. Thank you.